Hi friends, Megan here, and this is Jessie.
Hi.
Jessie, is that what I think it is? Is that the official Koala Karate Squad Dojo Master's lair we worked so hard to build?
Yep.
Oh no, what happened?
Well, my mom was cleaning in my room and she accidentally knocked it off my dresser. It was an accident. She said she was really sorry.
Oh well, accidents happen, I guess.
Yeah, Mom did say she would help us rebuild it.
Oh good, that was really nice of her. And I'm sure between the three of us, we can rebuild it really quickly.
You think so?
Oh yeah! In today's Bible story, God's people rebuilt something that was broken, the walls around Jerusalem, and they did it quickly.
They did?
Yep. Let's listen to the story before we start rebuilding. Long ago, a man named Nehemiah lived in Persia. Persia was the place where many of God's people stayed after they were freed from Babylon. Some of God's people went home to their country called Judah. Nehemiah was one of God's people. He had an important job in Persia serving the king. One day, some men came from Judah. Nehemiah asked them, "How are God's people doing?" "The people are in trouble," they said. "The walls around the city are broken down, and the gates have been burned down." Nehemiah cried and prayed to God when he heard this bad news. The king saw that Nehemiah was sad. "What's wrong, Nehemiah?" the king asked. Nehemiah said, "The city where my family is from is in trouble. The walls around the city are broken, and the gates have been burned down." So the king sent Nehemiah to Jerusalem to rebuild the city. In Jerusalem, Nehemiah led the people to rebuild Jerusalem's wall and fix the gates in the wall. Everyone in the city worked together on the walls. Before long, the wall was halfway rebuilt. Some men who lived nearby did not like God's people, and they did not want them to have new walls to keep them safe. The men made fun of God's people and made a plan to attack them. Nehemiah did not want the people to be afraid. "God is great and powerful," Nehemiah said. "If our enemies attack us, God will fight for us." So God's people kept working. Some of the men stood guard with weapons, and others worked on the wall. The people were always ready to fight, just in case. Nehemiah was a good leader for God's people. He helped them when they had problems, and he told them to trust God. Before long, the wall was finished. The gates and the walls were fixed, and God's people were safe. The people's enemies were afraid because they knew that God was with his people. Nehemiah helped God's people fix the walls around their city. The walls protected the people from their enemies. Jesus protects us from our enemies. When we know and love Jesus, he keeps us safe from sin, and we will live with him forever.